Hello and welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show. We are sponsored by Redbrik Estate Agents, Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa and Clubhouse in Meadowhall.
Hello, if you're new here, if you're an OG, then welcome along. It's Friday, it's not Friday.
Do you know what? I was thinking it's Friday.
No!
It's only Thursday. Can we just say as well, because we haven't said this for a while, because we have lots of people who listen, don't we, to our podcast and they message in and everything, but they don't actually subscribe.
Yes, please do.
Please do. Honestly, we'd love you forever.
Yeah, we would. Please do. So we have, let's crack on with a message from a listener, shall we?
Let's do it. This made me howl yesterday.
So this is from Han. Now, Han is a listener. She's off social media though, isn't she, for Lent?
Yes.
And she's figured out, which I didn't know, you can send a voice note via email.
I didn't know this either. I love the fact as well that Han is off social media and that's how she normally communicates with us, but she's found a way. She's now emailing us 20 times a day,
right,
which I love.
Let's have a listen to the message.
Well, who knew you could email a voice note? Apologies if I sound a bit breathy. I'm marching around a dog walk. Loved today's podcast with Hannah. That was so great. I have had a friend who had breast cancer, and just some of the stuff that she said was really helpful. The bits that you don't want to ask your friends who are going through that, I guess. But yeah, great podcast. Thanks, girls. And a tiny update on the order your food shop. Where I live, there's no supermarket. It's no choice. It's either...
Do you think it's a little bit windy where Han is?
I think, yeah, she might be up somewhere high walking her dog.
She's all right.
Yeah, bear with it though, guys. It does get easier to hear it.
Let's carry on.
Like, drag yourself to Aldi, miles and miles away, or get push things over delivered. Yeah, so that's why I do it. And the substitutions are just like a game. It's just a game you're going to play. I will warn you though, I use a bottle of champagne to secure my slot because it's got to be something in your basket over 40 quid. I just warn you, if you're going to play that game, to remember to actually update your shopping basket so that the delivery man doesn't just turn up with a bottle of Bollinger and one pack of butter. Just speaking from experience there.
I didn't realise
Hang on a
that
sec.
you
Hang on,
have
what?
to
She does what?
So she uses a bottle of champagne to secure her slot because it has to be like 40 quid or over. I've never even heard of this before.
No, and actually, imagine if a delivery man just did turn up with a bottle of Bollinger, you'd be like, fair play.
Oh,
you wouldn't be too gutted.
No.
There are other things in supermarkets for over £40 though, right? Are there?
Well, I guess it's mainly alcohol, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get a lasagna for £45.
Right, so put the champagne in your basket. That keeps your slot for however long you want, but you've got to remember to add to it before it gets delivered.
I think
Oh, God.
so. I've never heard of this before, but I'm kind of liking it. I'm liking Han's style here. I've got to say something here, okay? So obviously, on a previous episode, we talked about the tomato shortage, which, by the way, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about this tomato shortage.
There actually weren't any in Co-op last night. I looked.
Oh, gosh.
None in Co-op.
People, you heard it here first.
Do you think
None in
people are
Co-op.
now panic buying
Yes.
tomatoes?
I think they're panic buying anything made with tomatoes. So I saw a TikTok yesterday of a girl literally buying up a ridiculous amount of tomato ketchup because she's so worried.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like, get your tomato ketchup. People are assholes, aren't they? We are the worst things. I mean, there's a shortage, so what do?
We go and buy more.
And people that probably don't even like tomato ketchup have gone and bought tomato ketchup.
And they've got loads
and they're
in
going
their
to try and
cupboard.
flog it for like 3 times the price.
No, the thought has crossed my mind. I'm not going to lie. So I'm just going to put an announcement out there.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
If I may.
Okay.
Can people please stop sending me pictures of them with their tomatoes? I'm getting hounded, harassed with tomato pictures at the moment, right? I can't
You
move
asked for
them.
it, to be fair.
I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for it. I simply told the good people of this country that we are in a tomato shortage.
You've
That's all I
caused
did.
the panic, love. You've caused it. And now people want to let you know they've got their tomatoes.
I don't need 20 pictures a day of you with tomatoes in your trolley, you with tomatoes in your basket, you with tomatoes in your fridge, you with tomatoes next to your face. I don't need to see it.
But when you get tomatoes, you're going to post a picture about it. Post it back. Are you worried?
Dunno.
Are you going to go and look for tomatoes today?
Probably not today, so I can't be that worried, can I?
Yeah.
I think it's just a shortage, isn't it? I mean, I think
you are talking about this a lot.
It has been on my mind.
Yeah.
It really has been on my mind. But again, people, no more pictures, okay?
Send
I don't
the
need
pictures.
any
Send the
more.
pictures. So this week we've had a little bit of what would you call it? Drama, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we say this week, often there is drama in our lives on a weekly basis,
Yeah.
I would say. It's not unusual, is it?
Yeah. So obviously, when drama unfolds, we message each other. Mate. It's always a mate, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Although sometimes your voice note and go, "Are you there?"
Yeah, I've started doing that recently because I
You
like
there,
to know
love?
before I tell you what it is that you're there and you're primed and you're ready.
And I think usually I'm there. Straight away, I'm like, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm here. Tell me. However, when the roles are reversed, sometimes you're never there.
I'm not there.
I was on the ceiling a few days ago. I literally was like, mate, nothing. And I was like, mate, nothing.
I'm just going to look back at the messages you sent me because it makes me laugh.
And then I worry because you're always online and you weren't online. I was like, oh God, she's not online. What am I going to do?
Is she alive?
I was just sat looking at my phone going, mate. And then I needed help. Well, I wasn't in danger, but I was like, I was in such a state
You
that I
wanted
was
some
like,
advice, didn't you?
you need to message me.
You put here are your messages, right? Mate. And then 10 minutes later, mate. And then 20 minutes later, Hayes. Another 10 minutes later, oh my God. So I was basically on a play date, which is why I didn't see your messages. So I saw this, I thought, I'm here. Sorry, I'm on a play date. What's going on?
Well, luckily for you, I thought, what I do is when I get myself like het up, I go out, I take the dog out, no matter what time of day it is.
Yeah.
And this was like quite late at night, but I was like, I'm taking the dog out, I need to get some fresh air. I rang my sister.
Yeah.
So luckily for you, when you rang me a little bit later, I'd kind of vented and then kind of calmed down.
Well, Jade had taken the brunt.
Yeah, Jade took the brunt for you.
Well done,
Yeah.
Jade. She took one for the team there. So I got the easy ride.
You did actually, yeah. You had
Yeah.
the nice conversation. My husband got it a little bit, but you know.
Well done, Jade and James.
Well done.
What's going on?
Right. Now, I remember in lockdown there being a plethora of wood pigeons everywhere. Do you remember? It was
Do you
like,
know what? Yeah, but I'd
remember-
completely forgotten about that.
remember Diversity, the dance group?
Yeah.
They did a dance to wood pigeon sounds. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Yeah, they did. They're like, ho, 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 and they're like, doing these
They
dances.
did that because there were so many
Yeah,
wood
they were like, it's
pigeons.
the sound of the summer of 2020, right?
I've never seen this.
I had 2 wood pigeons in my garden for 2 years.
What were they called? I remember.
Vivian and
Yes.
Edward from Pretty Women, because all they did was bonk. That's all they did, right?
I remember these guys.
Anyway, I think Vivian died at the start of this year. I think it was
R.I.P.
Vivian.
Vivian.
Yeah, so Edward's obviously looking out for a new mate, and don't
Yeah.
I bloody know it.
So you've still got Edward in your garden.
Yeah. But what they do, little bastards, is they sit on the top of the chimney and they ho, 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 ho. So it comes down the chimney and just echoes through the house. But what I realise is they never finish their sentence. They would pigeons.
What do you mean?
Well, they've got a thing where they go ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 right? But
Yeah.
Edward goes ho, 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 and just stops. And I'm like, why have you stopped?
Oh.
It drives me. I'm like, finish your sentence. Finish it.
I love the fact you even know this. I don't even think I knew
Becky.
that they had an actual thing that they did.
Yeah, you listen. Oh, I mean, most of them just do a few ho, ho, ho's and then stop. But he goes ho, ho.
And you're there waiting for him to finish.
Is
I've
he
got them on
easily
my
distracted?
Yeah. Maybe it's because he's lost Vivian. It's affected him that much.
Yeah, maybe
that he
he's
now
like,
can't
Vivian.
pour properly.
Vivian, Viv. And that's where he
Oh,
ends.
that makes me so sad.
I think he'll find someone. He's quite a handsome chap. He's big.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
big.
I
He
think he
hangs
will
around the
then.
chickens a lot. And I'm a little bit worried we're going to have a crossbreed going on at some point if Edward gets desperate.
What would you call that? Like a chick-gin? Chick-a-gin? A pidge-kin.
A pick? A
pig-
pidgic? A pidgic? A pidgic?
Let's go with pidgic.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know if it happens.
I mean, yeah,
I'll-
okay.
I'll keep you updated,
Keep me updated.
okay?
mate. So, I mean, never a day goes by when we don't have a mate, actually. So we had a meeting, didn't we, this week? I say it was a meeting. It was kind of like a loose meeting.
Yeah.
So it had actually been booked in via Instagram, which is actually where we book in most of our meetings.
Oh, yeah.
We slide into DMs left, right,
We
and
don't need
centre.
no LinkedIn.
No, although I do need to talk to you about that. Someone else said to me the other day, they're like, you need to go on LinkedIn.
That is, no. Becky, we're on the rise at the moment. I fear that we can't go on LinkedIn. Becky,
Honestly,
imagine
someone
us.
was really saying to me, they were like, you're missing a trick.
Mouth it.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you after.
Okay.
But yeah.
No, I can't.
Does that mean we're going corporate?
Okay, right. If we go on LinkedIn, who's running it? Me or you?
Oof, you?
No, absolutely. I have looked at my husband's LinkedIn profile.
Is it a nightmare?
Oh my God.
Do you know what? But I have to say as well, it is enough to keep up with TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
doing this pod, going for meetings. But what are we missing? What does it do? Will it link? So it will link us up to other companies, will it?
I think it opens us up to the corporate world. I think that's what it
but
does.
we don't need the corporate world. The corporate world needs us. So actually, no.
But they could find us. I think that's the point. The corporate world don't know they need us yet.
I literally
they could find us.
I can't. You should read the profiles. You should read them, Becky. They're awful. The pictures. God. No.
All right, let's park that for the minute, right? So we had a meeting by sliding into somebody's DMs, right? This is what we normally do. So we went along to, we're going to say where it is?
Yeah, let's do it.
So it's Starbucks. There's a new Starbucks opening in Chesterfield where we live. So we messaged them on Instagram. We didn't know when they were opening. They were like, hey, listen, we're in on this particular day, doing some last minute bits. Why don't you pop in? But we didn't have a name for who we were talking to or who we were meeting. So this was actually the day when the school strikes were happening. So we had Lily with us as well, didn't we? So the three of us turn up to this unopened Starbucks.
Well, also as well, I'm going to start this off by saying when you got out the car, and this was the day where you were so confused, you didn't know what was going on. And you got out of the car and you're like, come on, then they went, oh no, my kid. Left Lily in the car. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Great start.
And you just seemed a little bit manic. I thought, we've got Manic Becky today. Here we go. I mean, I'd seen you in the morning. You seemed quite calm, but something had happened where we got Manic Becky. I love Manic Becky, by the way. I love Manic Becky. It's one of my favourites. So we did, like you say, we didn't know who we were meeting, and obviously the place wasn't open, and we looked like a couple of idiots turning up with our kid wanting a coffee.
Yeah, they definitely thought, because there was like lots of builders around, wasn't there? And obviously,
they were like, here we go. Oh, bloody hell. We're so obviously not open. What are they doing?
I know the amount of people that sent to us. First of all, there was a guy getting in his car leaving the premises, wasn't there?
Who was that, by the way? I was a bit like,
I don't know. Mate? I don't know if he was like a consultant or a manager or something, but he was getting in his car and he saw us three getting out of the car. Straight away, he was on us. It's not open. I was like, no, I know. We're meeting somebody. Who are you meeting? I was like, well, I don't know, because they haven't given a name. So we sounded like we were making up a right story, didn't we? But literally from there on in, the amount of people that were doing that signal of like, we're closed.
Yeah.
We're not
well, we
open.
couldn't get in. So obviously there's like lots of glass. So we couldn't get in. So Becky tried the door. At this point, I'm going to admit, I'd already decided I'm letting Manic Becky lead this meeting because I can tell what's going to go on. So I'm just stood behind you. You're like, and then you put your little eyes up cupped your little face, put your face up to the glass and looked in. And this guy was just sat at the table looking at you, and you're like, we've got a meeting, her, and you were trying to point with your eyes, just get her, and he was just literally sat staring at you. I would have loved to have been inside that filming you. You must have looked like an absolute,
I don't know
psychopath.
what. Yeah, I think they thought I was because they were all stood still looking at me, weren't they? And they were all looking really confused and like, what do you want? And I kept going, get her. But nobody moved. They all just stood staring.
Oh, you did so well. Anyway, then eventually this girl came and opened the door, didn't she?
Yeah, but she only opened it
a little way.
tiny, as if like, what do you want?
Guess what Becky did? put her old foot in the door. Straight away, poof, foot in the door, so she could not shut that door. I was like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. She's like, so what? And you were like, we've messaged someone via Instagram, blah, 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 blah. So no, she then left, but you did. She wasn't going to shut that door.
No.
To the point where she then came back and she went, sorry, what's it about? So you're like, it's about that. I'm still stood behind Becky thinking, I'm not saying a word. She goes back in. You're like, let's just go in. Come on, it's cold.
And I
So
got Lily, didn't I?
Straight in.
Go on, Lil. I pushed Lily in first.
Then
we
you're
all
like,
followed.
I'll give you 20 quid, Lily, if you don't ask for a coffee.
I just thought it'd be funny after all of that.
For her to go in.
For her to go in and be like, guys, can I order a mocha,
frappuccino,
please? Yeah, I just thought it'd be safe. And I thought, yeah, I'll give her 20 quid for that. But she didn't.
Anyway, eventually, we got the guy that we needed to talk to, and it was all fine. But still, you kind of sat next to him with your back to me, and I just thought, I'm literally just going to sit here and I'm just not going to say anything. I think I chipped in a few times, but I just thought, nah, I'm out
I was
of this.
literally on a roll, was I?
Oh my.
I'm
like, okay, bye-bye. That's Becky.
Yeah.
That's Manic Becky. See you later.
Well,
We'll email you.
We were like, are you in? Is it a deal? Shake. Let's shake on it. Let's sign. Let's sign here and
I
now.
was terrified.
Well, safe to say, we haven't heard from him.
We haven't, but
Yeah.
I did think this day, well, we'll chase him, and it's opening today, isn't it? So he's probably manic.
Well, he did say, he said,
Yeah.
I'm literally all over the place.
Yeah.
So, guys, we'll keep you
Yeah.
posted on that one.
I'm not sure if we'll be at Starbucks soon. Although, watch this space. Well, if you need Manic Becky for anything, then let us know.
Guys,
it's good in all situations.
Laura will pimp me out. It's fine.
Good day.